Hey guys, I'm about to show you how to make this really cool retro 3D effect. Kind of like the one where you had to go to the movie theaters and put on those glasses, or even sit at home in like the 90s and watch the 3D movies. Anyways, I'm going to show you how to turn this into a reward. But first, we just got to set up the filters and how to do it. The first thing you're going to have to do is download Finite Singularity's Retro Effects plugin for OBS. Now the second one you're going to want to have to install is Exeldro's Move plugin. Those will work together to make the 3D effect kind of come out and come in together. I'll link both of those plugins in the description below. Now you don't 100% need the Move plugin, but as you can see, when I move it, you see that it moves out, and then when it moves back in, it looks a lot more professional. So that's why I suggest you use the Move plugin. Without the Move plugin, it's just gonna look like this. Bruh. And then when it goes off, look like that. So it's up to you if you wanna have the Move plugin installed or not. All right, so I'll leave that decision up to you, but I suggest to make it more professional, just add that Move plugin. Once you've got both of those or one plugin installed, you need to make sure that you do it when OBS is turned off, and then bring OBS back up with the plugins installed. Okay, at this point, you should have the Retro Effects plugin and the Move plugin installed. And this is the point where you have to decide, where do you want the 3D effects to take place? Do you want it just on your webcam, just on your gameplay, or maybe you want it across the whole scene so that you have the 3D effect everywhere? I'm gonna show you how to edit to specifically your webcam, and then you can just redo those steps over and over again on all the other scenes or wherever you want to have the 3D effect, okay? I'm gonna go over here to my camera scene, click on camera, and then click the video capture device, which is the default name of your webcam, unless you gave it a new name. I'm gonna right click on my webcam. I'm gonna go to filters. We're gonna hit the plus sign, go up to retro effects. And you can do a lot with retro effects. So I would suggest adding the word like 3D or whatever you wanna call it so that you can recognize this filter. Hit okay. And when you do the drop down menu, you have all these different options, which is really cool because the retro effects can actually do like matrix rain, right? But we don't really want to do that right now. We're trying to do 3D effects. So you gotta hit the filter Chromatic Aberration, and you're really just gonna hit this red offset option, and you're gonna slide it to the right just a little bit. And then as you can see, right, it's already basically, it already looks that way. But the problem is that there's a little bit of green, there's a green filter there. So we wanna go to the green, and we're just gonna grab the green, and we're going to pull the green to the left a little bit to be directly behind the blue. We just want to cover up the green a little bit there. And that's it. Now you can just come over here, right, and turn it off and on. And when you turn it off and on, you'll see it move, right? It's pretty subtle. So that's where the Move plugin comes in. The Move plugin will come and make it kind of slide out and then slide back together, okay? So we're gonna hit right click, add, we're gonna add another filter called Move Value right here. And the Move Value, we also wanna add the 3D transition or something like that, so that we know what it is. So with the 3D transition filter, you want to select what filter it is that you want to change. And I want to change the Retro Effects 3D. And I don't want to do just a single setting, I want to do all of the settings. So with those two set, I'm just going to right click on it and duplicate it. And this one's going to be the off trend section, right? And I'll go ahead and just rename the other one on. That way we don't get confused. So with it on, we want it to look the way it does right now, right? We want it to be on like it is. So all you have to do is hit get value, right? And did you see that move? If that did not move, then you probably have the wrong filter selected, and change that and go back and rewatch it if you have to. Now with it off, what we're gonna have to do is go back to the retro effects and put everything back to 0, right? I'm just gonna go ahead and put 0 to on one, boom. Slide down here, hit off, boom. After that, you might want to add a custom duration time. So you don't want it to be 300 milliseconds. You might want it to be 3 seconds. I'll add another 0 there. I'm gonna do the on the same way. We're gonna go down into custom duration and make it 3000, which will be 3 seconds. There. And you can do it faster, shorter, longer, however you wanted to do it. So this is where Streamerbot now comes in handy, where you're gonna have to link the turning on the move value and off value according to a channel reward. So once you bring up Streamerbot, you're gonna have to create an action, and just right click, action, And then we're gonna name it Retro 3D Reward. How about that? Okay, I'm gonna put it in Captain's Fun Commands and hit OK. So with that, we need to make sure we add the channel redemption, right? So make sure you go in, you can add the redeem however you want. And then once it's added, go to Twitch, channel rewards, channel redeem, or redemption, I'm sorry. And then you gotta find it. Retro, there it is, Retro 3D Effect. That's what I named mine. And if it wasn't already created, you could just hit create reward right here. If you see it's grayed out like mine, that means you have 50 channel rewards and you can't create another one. 50 is the max. So you'll have to delete one, then you can click create reward if you didn't already have it. Hit OK. That's it for triggers. Now for sub action, the first thing you're going to want to do is go to OBS, go to sources, and change filter state. So that's this one. And you're going to want to have to find whatever scene it is, which is your camera scene. That way it'll happen on all scenes because you should be subnesting your camera scene into every scene. So here's my camera scene. And then my source is my camera. And then the filter that I want to apply it to is the Retro Effects 3D camera. That's actually, that's the actual effect. And we don't want to turn that on. What we want to turn on is the move value that makes it slide out to on, right? And then make sure it says visible, hit OK. So that's going to turn on the effect. And then we want to add a delay. Go to core, delay. How long do you want that effect to last? Maybe 10 seconds, which will be 10,000 milliseconds. And then hit OK on that. Just go ahead and duplicate the first one that turned it on. And change it from the move value start to the move value reset or move value finish or off, and hit OK. Once you have that set, you can test it by just right-clicking on the trigger and hit test trigger. And there you go. And it should go on, and after 10 seconds or 5 seconds, whatever you have it set to, it'll turn off. I hope you guys have made it this far. And if you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Now, I have a whole masterclass on channel rewards, and I've put it into a playlist that you guys can just kind of binge watch on how to make all of your channel rewards look as good as this one. Go ahead and watch it right there and have a wonderful sale.